Let me ask you this. Joanie being a warrior, how does she feel about all the war that's going on right now?
Hates it. Joanie's a starry-eyed liberal, and she hates war. She's seen the big picture, and it drives her. One of the things about the life that I lead, and the life that I lead, is that I oftentimes have to overhear Fox News and Rush Limbaugh and all that crap over and over and over again. It's like just a constant pump. I can tune it out. It drives Joanie nuts. Okay? And when I allow her, she will spin off. But, now you're taking me to places that I'd prefer not to go.
Okay.
But if that makes any sense. But, the point is that, yes, just like he said, little children love one another. How dare we? How dare we spend billions of dollars on bombs, yet balk at thinking of spending $1 on a sick kid? How dare we? And it's just flabbergasting when you think about it. Doesn't make any sense.
In the immortal words of Bill Hicks, do you know who Bill Hicks is?
What?
Do you know who Bill Hicks is? Have you heard him?
You probably have to remind me.
All right. Bill Hicks is a comedian, and they killed him. They took his ass right on out.
Oh, yeah, that guy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he says, if we took all the money that we spent on war and spent it feeding and clothing and educating and healing the sick of this planet, we would have enough money to do that time and time again and explore space, both inner and outer.
Right. If we used it for good, not for evil. We didn't let the same motherfuckers keep it being in charge who keep the same secrets. Because that's what they're fed on, their wealth and their power. That was the hook that got them. We'll make you immensely wealthy.
John wants to join in.
Okay. I was good. Okay.
John?
Hey. Yeah, I watched a lot of John Hicks stuff, and he's always talking about squeegeeing your third eye. Yeah. I guess the Feds finally had enough of that. Yeah.
Well,
he was right
with what all they're doing to, in the food and with the TV, they're doing everything they can to get people separated from who and what they are and who our real power is. That's my opinion. And the meds, and I just can't understand why. And I'm not a bleeding heart liberal. I'm far from it. But I still don't understand why we can't take care of our own.
Exactly.
Hey, Guest 9, I'm warning you. You're with me, what you just said, you're treading a fine line.
What do you mean?
That's all I'll say about it. We're talking about... That's all I'm going to say about it.
Okay.
Who treaded a fine line?
I'm not saying... That wasn't you, Charlie. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a difference between Jews and Zionists.
Oh, you're watching the chat room, I see.
Yeah. There's nothing anybody said.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I understand completely. Okay, yeah.
That's why I said he's treading a fine line.
You're just... Okay. I agree.
Because, I've got a lot of Jewish background in my family. When anybody starts, when it starts like how Jews are ruining the world and stuff, I tend to get a little bit, a whole lot angry. So
I do not blame you one iota, and I will tell you something that my family, and Kimberly can back me up on this, my family's been in this country for 7 generations, and I can trace my lineage back to 1644, and you know what? The historians call us Jews. But we are not Zionists.
Yeah, there's a difference.
But yeah, Kimberly can back me up on that. Do you know, my last name, I won't say it because we're broadcasting, but it translates to Son of God, if that means anything to you. Or what the lady said, she said, oh, your name means Son of God. You ought to have been kicked out of France if you hadn't changed that name. It's like we were kicked out of France. My ancestors came here working for the Spanish, even though they were French.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
So, you know, actually what I've looked at is it translates into Son of the Holiness, but it would have been a name that would have been translated over and over again from, you know, from the Jewish to the, you know, to the French, what wound up. And they even called me Huguenot, even though we're devout Catholics.
Okay. Anybody else have anything to say?
Hey, guest 9, do me a favor. And just okay, never mind. You just said you're gonna deal with it before I said what I was gonna say. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end the recording, and I'm gonna tell y'all what I've got coming up next week. Let's see. Hold on. I got somebody very interesting coming up next week. Her name is Bernadette Cahill. She's a journalist from Scotland. She's telling a tale that wanted to be told. It's the story of a journey, many in fact, and is essential to the travelogue that will take you to places you have never been and in many cases probably have never thought about going to. These places are not, and I repeat, not off the beaten path. They are the beaten path, a path that was laid out deliberately from the Revolutionary War onwards. Bernadette's story has shocked and amazed me, and that's not an easy task. But when you disturb something that's been lying dormant for decades, sometimes you awaken a monster that howls to be heard. So break out your maps and get ready to start unfolding the tale that wanted to be told. And trust me, you're not going to want to miss this show. That's next Sunday, February 1st at 8 p.m. Central. Join us. And Charlie, I want to thank you for coming on tonight. And I want to thank all my guests for coming in the room. And y'all have a good weekend. Peace.